View never gets old. That's Sentinel Butte way out there on the horizon. You know, anytime we hear the words on the horizon, it generally means something's good is going to happen and happen soon. It's on the horizon. It's coming, and we're excited about it. And anytime you know that North Dakota Horizons magazine is going to be in our mailbox soon, well, we get just as excited. Hi, I'm Bill Polinick. This is Western Edge Living. Leanne Styszowski and I have a great episode for you today. A little housekeeping to get going here. The doctors told me, Bill, you're doing great. We got to do a couple more tests. We got to run a loop recorder on your heart, but put your foot on the gas and keep doing what you're doing. And that's what we're doing today. Leanne and I are going to catch up with Annie Bennet and Kylie Blanchard. They are what makes up North Dakota Horizons magazine. They are our partners, and we're looking forward to finding out how their summer went, what's coming up in the fall, and we'll talk about the state of affairs as far as media goes in print, television, radio, and the like. So call up the neighbors, tell them to turn on the TV, because Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson, starts now.
CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson presents Western Edge Living.
Western Edge Living.
We so appreciate you having the TV where you have it right now on our program, Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. I'm Bill Polinick.
And I'm Leanne Styszowski. We hope that you guys had a great week, and we're just glad to have you on with us.
We're still doing a little housekeeping from being off the air for 6 months. When we towards the end of 2024, we formed a partnership with North Dakota Horizons magazine, and we promised them that they'd be on the show from time to time. We talk about the content in their upcoming issues, and well, we kind of went off the air, but they maintained our relationship with them, and we so appreciate it. Annie Bennet, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And Kylie Blanchard.
I love it.
Oh, how you doing, ladies?
We're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing great.
If we hadn't called you to be on the show today, what would you be doing, Annie?
Oh, I'd probably be picking up my kids from school and running them to all their activities. So
You're a mom as well, right?
I am,
School
yeah.
started, everything going good?
Yeah, it's going great. It kind of felt like it never ended.
Oh,
Summer went way too quickly.
It happened awful quick.
yeah.
Yes, it sure
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
My goodness. But welcome to the show. We're very grateful for our relationship with you, with North Dakota Horizons magazine. I know that some of the stories that we carried here on Western Edge Living, you also featured in your magazine,
Yes.
one of which was our friend Sean, Talking Trails.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that was a very good article.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to cover. I mean, I was aware what Talking Trails was doing, but just to hear some of the specific stories, and also how the communities kind of rallied around getting Talking Trails in their historic sites and in their communities.
Also, the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame. You did a article there. Tess Howie helped with that.
yeah, Tess was wonderful to work with, and it's really exciting that it's been around for 30 years.
Yes.
And they're still expanding and doing wonderful things out there.
They have a legacy project that's going on right now. They're fundraising, and they hope to reopen with the annual meeting coming up in 2027. And yeah, I think the article was wonderful.
Thank you.
So what's on the plate now? What do you got coming up? I know you that time that we're visiting, you have an issue that is at the printers, correct?
Yep, we just had our fall issue go to print yesterday. We just signed off on the proof shortly before we headed out to Dickinson. So it's a really exciting issue. Beautiful cover with sunflowers on it.
Oh,
So,
great. What are some of the stories that are going to be featured?
Well, we've got a variety of articles in this upcoming feature. One of them is on our 2026 North Dakota Horizons calendar. So it features a quote or the story of each photo and where it was taken and how the photographer caught that photo, and it kind of highlights all of those those pictures that are in that calendar
Great.
too.
Do you
So-
guys get a lot of submissions?
Yeah,
for
we do get
photography?
quite a lot of submissions, and it's difficult to choose because we try to choose one photo that what you see out your window is what you would see on the calendar. So you're not looking at, a beautiful summer day on a winter day. You're seeing, winter, and winter is still beautiful to highlight. So in January you have, a nice snowy picture, and in the summer you have a nice summer picture. So it is kind of hard to choose all of those.
I'm sure it's really hard to pick the stories that get submitted as well.
Oh, it's very difficult.
Definitely.
Wow.
What is the process in choosing what stories you feature in your magazine?
Well, Annie and I try to stay on top of what's happening across the state. So we will often have a list of ideas. We also have people who will submit to us or call us and say, "Hey, I have this great story idea." Our friends, our family, our coworkers are all great about saying, "I heard about this," or "Have you heard about this?" So we try to do timely pieces and pull from what's happening in the state and the communities around the state.
And I suppose you frequent social media, and you have all sorts of different sources on content for the magazine.
Yes.
There's no one size fits all.
Oh no, absolutely not. We feature anything wonderful and great about North Dakota. We love hearing about small towns, special anniversaries, any kind of unique situation, the wonderful people that represent our state. For example, in our fall issue, we have a story on Bill here and his life lessons is what it's called. And
Oh, really?
It's
Oh,
a fantastic
Beautiful.
feature.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I guess I was wondering, you guys being journalists and editors, how do you go through the process of, verifying and being investigators as well?
Well, Annie and I often write stories ourselves, so we kind of build that rapport and that relationship with the individuals that we're working with. I think that's very important to getting the full story, and it's a fun part of it too, because there's always more to the story than what you
absolutely.
think. And so to get to know these people and to work with them is as much fun as writing the story itself.
Wonderful, beautiful.
Looking back, there was a time where you had made an announcement. Were you part of that when you made the announcement
Yeah,
that you were going to
unfortunately, we were.
discontinue?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what happened? We talked about this on the last program, but something amazing took place.
Yeah, we just had such an outpour of support from our readers. They wrote us letters and emails, and the phone rang and rang, begging for us to come back. And we also got some funding, and so that allowed us to come back and kind of do a little bit of a rebrand. We kind of modernized the logo and kind of freshen up the look, but we still have the same great content, and our readers are more than excited about it. So
From the time that the announcement was made that you were going to discontinue until you did a 180, how much time passed?
Well, we've had 1 full year.
But between when we announced and stopped, I want to say that was maybe a couple of months.
Really? It
Yeah,
happened pretty quick
Sure.
then.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It did. It wasn't a super long time. We didn't miss an issue. Unfortunately, we wrote all those letters and told our subscribers and announced it on social media. And with the uproar of support and the funding we got, we were really blessed to be able to come back and not miss an issue at all. So.
Do you grasp the concept that the legacy that North Dakota Horizons magazine has in our state? I mean, I go back to the 70s and the article that brought us together, on the Ukrainian Pioneer Cross and things like that. I'm sure that after you got all those comments from people encouraging you to keep on, you really probably step back and say, wow, we've got something amazing here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. We still often get phone calls from people who will say, my grandmother, my mother has a full set of the magazines. Do you want them? Like they hate to get rid of them. So we often encourage them to donate to their local library or to a local historical society, because we have, I think, 2 sets at our office, but people don't want to let them go. And that really resonates with us as well, that it is an important piece of North Dakota.
Yeah, an archive or a scrapbook, if you will, I
Yes.
suppose.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
So do you guys submit any of your older publications to the library or any other archives?
Well, our publication through, I want to say 2023, when we decided we were going to end the magazine, the Germans from Russia Heritage Collection actually approached us to work and scanned meticulously every issue into the Digital Horizons database. So every issue up until 2003 is on that database. They had interns and they took each magazine apart, scanned each one, and preserved that history, and then put them all back together.
Oh,
My
incredible.
So they understand the value of that publication and the history in it.
So the entity that is involved with Be Legendary North Dakota, you work with them too?
North Dakota Tourism?
Yes.
We work with them a bit, yes. We partner with them. We attend their conference every year, and they have some great content on their website that allows us to find out about more of what is going on. Their website is fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to find out more about that digital database that you mentioned here a few seconds ago. I want to find out about that, and we're going to talk about the future of media in general, your publication, for instance, TV, radio, and what's happening on that landscape when we come back as we visit with Annie and Kylie with North Dakota Horizons magazine. They are partners with Western Edge Living, and we are partners with CHI St. Alexia's Health Dickinson, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, welcome back to Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexia's Health Dickinson. I'm Leanne.
And I'm Bill, and we appreciate you tuning in today as we're visiting with our partners, North Dakota Horizons magazine. It's Annie and Kylie, and you call yourself the state magazine of North Dakota. What does that mean? Explain that.
We just publish everything wonderful and fantastic about North Dakota, the people, the places, the food, the culture, the resources. Did I say food?
Yeah.
You
can say food again, as much as you want.
We love that.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, the cultures, too, the different cultures.
Absolutely.
The mixing bowl that our state has become with Ukrainians and Germans from Russia. They're all represented so well. You do such a great job. And how challenging is that? I asked that question as, my background is primarily radio, and in 2025 it's changing greatly. We talked to a friend this morning, and we both feel a revolution of some sort going on just in our industry. But it also affects TV. TV viewing is not the same as it's been. You don't have to be in front of your television at 7:30 p.m. on a Thursday night to catch your favorite show. You just watch it whenever you want. So that whole thing is changing. Also, going for the younger viewer and the younger, readers of what. How do you handle all this? I mean, it's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's been a difficult process. Obviously. Magazine and publications have been greatly affected by technology as well, but we've also found some benefits of technology. We found Facebook has been an incredible partner for our magazine. We now have hit over 5,000 followers, and not only can we share great things, but we learn about great things through Facebook and technology.
And I think what we've done here, a TV show partnering with a magazine, I think, cross-promoting, I think, is probably one of the keys to being successful. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. You're with North Dakota Horizons? Wow, you must be doing something right. And yeah, we like to think so. We like to think we're doing something right. But it's challenging in 2025. I think with technology, it'd be a lot easier, but boy, it's still a challenge.
It sure isn't, and I really appreciate, the camaraderie.
Same.
I think it's really important that media supports media, especially in today's environment.
Agreed.
Speaking of today's environment, we've got so much fast-moving content all the time, and how do you keep up with that? The attention spans are so short and whatnot. But I guess what I want to get to is, how do you guys feel about AI as tools in journalism?
Well, I think if you use it correctly, and I guess kind of in our realm maybe sparsely, I personally haven't used it to write a story or anything like that, but where we have found it helpful is with more the outreach piece. using it for maybe reworking Facebook posts or reworking outreach pieces to our readers, just to freshen that up a bit, so we're not sending out the same content that way. But I think at the heart of it, at the heart of journalism, is crafting that story, and I think that's really important for us to keep doing.
So do you guys have submissions sent in that are pre-written ever?
We do have a few, not as often as we like, so we'd love for people to send in more, but we definitely have published.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah,
So when you do, can you kind of pick it out when it's been written by AI?
We haven't had many that I think were written by AI, but maybe we're being fooled.
Yeah, and most of the writers that do submit stuff, we've also kind of built a relationship with as well. So we kind of know their style and what's coming in.
So very strong ethics there.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. I use something, maybe you use Grammarly. And I do because since the health issues I've had, typing is a challenge. It's never been great, but it's really tough now. And I can type something, I can type a paragraph, see all the little red dots under the words, and then just hit tab, and it cleans it all up. So
okay.
that's
that's one way. But I've made real sure that the input comes from here.
It still sounds like you, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's important to carry your own voice in your writing and your journalism, and
absolutely. So we stay authentic to our North Dakota
exactly.
roots, right?
Yes,
And you want it to make it sound like it's like, I want people to read it and know that it sounds like something else I've written before. My style of writing is obviously a little bit different than Kylie's, and I think everybody has a unique spin, and you can't do that in AI.
No,
Exactly.
That doesn't come through.
What would you like to see for the future of your magazine? If nothing changes, nothing changes. Nothing needs to be changed, first of all. But we got to keep it fresh. We got to be, make an attempt to, in all media, to stay relevant. What's your hopes and what's your vision for the future of North Dakota Horizons magazine?
Well, we always are looking for more subscribers. I think that, the more subscribers we have, the more things we are able to do. And then that just creates a better magazine with more story ideas and more input and more content. It would also be wonderful to go to maybe some more issues eventually. We are quarterly now, so it'd be wonderful to go to maybe 6 or hopefully someday 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be fantastic, wouldn't
Would you have to add staff, or what would have to change to get, what would be this, you come to a meeting, okay, let's do this. Let's go to 6 issues of the year. Okay, let's go to 12. What has to happen?
Oh, goodness.
Wow. I think, it'd be great. I just think it would be us constantly rolling on new issues, which would be wonderful. And, with the jobs that Annie and I have right now, North Dakota Horizons isn't the only thing we work on. And so I think it would be more of being able to focus on Horizons more, which would be great.
I was going to ask, what else does Clearwater do? What else do you have in that office?
Well, so it is a association management and communications firm. And so there's a variety of clients and publications. Annie and I work primarily in the publications and editing side of things.
Okay.
That's great. You don't do digital at all? Is that something that you would look forward to in the future, or we just strictly print?
We tried digital a few years ago, and we did not have a big bite on it. I think because North Dakota Horizons is so beautiful in person with the striking photos, it seems like everybody kind of wanted a hands-on edition versus a digital. So if anybody is interested, we'd happily be able to put it back on, but it just seems like it wasn't catching on for us.
Oh, certainly, certainly. I know that they're, our older generation, they really like having that physical copy. It's a keepsake,
Yeah. Looking back at all the issues that you've been involved in, I'll ask each of you this question. What is the one article that you say, hey, I nailed it?
Oh, goodness. There is a few, but one of them that, I actually cried when I interviewed was Hunter Pinky.
Hunter Pinky.
Hunter Pinky. Okay. He is originally from Wishick, North Dakota. He played football at UND. He went skiing and had a skiing accident and ended up being paralyzed from chest down. And when I interviewed him, I was crying. His story is just so incredible, and he's just so optimistic. I came home told my kids all about it, and he actually now is doing some public speaking, which Kylie and I have had the privilege to hear him a couple times this year, and it just doesn't make it any less incredible. I really was touched by his story. Actually just shared, he now has started a podcast, and I shared that on our social media a couple of weeks ago. He's just very inspiring despite everything that has happened to him and all the things he has overcome. So
That's incredible.
How would you answer that question? What is your legend?
Well,
the one article that you think, hey, I was on that day.
Yeah, so a great one that I think of is the Nome Schoolhouse. And it was a dilapidated building until two gals bought it. But to buy into this building, remodel it, turn it into the wonderful crafting retreat hotel it is now, they actually had to have buy-in from a former alum of the school. And so this alum gave them whatever they needed, but they had to put everything they owned on collateral.
Oh my!
And they did this to build this basically retreat in Nome, North Dakota. And it was just such an inspiring story for them to turn this around and make it this beautiful place where they're drawing people from across the country to North Dakota.
Can we access those? The public access old articles like that?
Yep, as Annie had mentioned, they're available on the Digital Horizons database. So if you search Digital Horizons, it'll come up, and you can look up North Dakota Horizons, and then you can use keywords to find articles that you'd like to access.
Oh, and that's okay. That's
yes.
the one. Okay,
Yep.
You mentioned that in the first segment, but anyway, our time is running out, and I must say I'm flattered. I am speechless for a lot of different reasons. First, the excitement and enthusiasm that Leanne, came to the show with. Ron, our producer, who. When we were talking about rebooting, he went on and on and on for about 3 minutes of what we need to do. And for you to maintain our partnership, it shows that Western Edge Living has a purpose. It's becoming an asset to the people in Western North Dakota, as is your magazine. And so, again, an attitude of gratitude. I thank you. I'm so grateful for both of you. Annie Bennett, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thanks for
driving
having
to
us.
Dickinson and doing the show today. Kylie, thank you too, and
Thank
have
you,
a
Bill.
great school year. I know you're in school
Yeah.
too, with
Yes.
the rest of them. And my partner, Leanne, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're so welcome. And thank you guys for giving a voice to the people that deserve it.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. This is Western Edge Living, presented by CHI, St. Alexia's Health Dickinson. We'll see you next time.
Western Edge Living.